first question is going to you. So with Trump's recent statement on January 8th of this year, he said we are not going to go to war with Iran as of now. But if Iran takes military action towards the U.S. again, what do you suggest we would do?
I feel at this point, as Americans, we would be pushed to military action. We, as the American people, will not be pushed around. If Iran continues to poke the bear, then we will have to push towards action. If they plan to push their terroristic agendas, we will not stand for that. We are a prideful country that will protect our citizens at all costs.
Zach?
You repeat the question?
With Trump's recent statement on January 8th, 2020, he said we will not go to war with Iran as of now. But if Iran takes military action towards the U.S., again, what would you suggest that we do?
I said we should at least prepare for Iran, and we need to try and talk our way out of it instead of fighting through it. Yeah.
Great. Next question will go to you, Zach. The fear of guns in public places is constantly growing. People live in fear of those who have firearms. How will you be dealing with this fear?
Repeat the question, please.
The fear of guns in public places is constantly growing. People live in fear to those who own firearms. How will you be dealing with this?
By restricting and putting an age limit on who is allowed to have a gun, like having background checks. Everybody who tries to buy a gun, but then someone comes in and buys a gun, like they're like mentally insane, then they're not going to sell them a gun.
Great. The fear of guns in public places is constantly growing. People live in fear of those who own firearms. How will you be dealing with this?
Amendment rights to the American people are important. This is what we base our whole country on. I believe this issue is more of a mental health issue than a firearm issue. Gun laws in our country should be revised, and gun show purchases and other loopholes should be closed. But I believe it is more of a more background checks than the getting rid of guns, because there will always be ways to inflict terror with people that are mentally unsteady.
So do you agree or disagree with Zach's approach to this?
I would say I agree to a certain degree. I think there should be a little bit more restrictions, because obviously our restrictions right now are not working. But I do not believe that taking guns away from the American people would solve anything. As we see in Britain and any other country that has strict gun restrictions, there are still many stabbings with knives and other weapons that we see. So I don't think a pure restriction of guns would do anything for our country.
Zach, do you agree with Brady's approach?
Yes.
Brady. So currently there's 3.6% of the United States that are illegal immigrants, which is around 12 million people. How do you plan on dealing with these illegal immigrants overstaying their visa and crossing the border? Do you plan extending or maintaining or removing the plan for the wall?
With illegal immigration being as large an issue as it is, the wall can be a useful asset. However, it won't be expanded. The wall will be a useful asset to prevent illegal immigration, while revising the system to prevent illegal immigration. Also, the wall will provide many jobs for the American people. I believe it's unfair that someone can sneak over the border and become a citizen of the United States and be welcomed, and then the people that wait 12 to 15 months are forced to wait in exile.
Zach, with 3.6% of the United States population being illegal immigrants, which is around 12 million people, how do you plan on dealing with these illegal immigrants overstaying their visa and crossing the border? Do you plan on extending, maintaining, or removing the wall?
I think the wall is unnecessary, and that everybody should be given a second chance. But I also believe that there should be more restrictions on the people who actually come in.
So do you agree or disagree with Brady's approach?
I agree with it all.
Brady, do you agree or disagree with Zach's approach to this?
I would say I disagree because I believe that under the liberal agenda of immigration, we would be almost encouraging the illegals to be in the country. And I understand the second chance and that they are humans, they have basic rights, but I wouldn't be the one that wants to look into someone's eyes that have waited 15 months to get into this country to tell them that they can't because 2,000 more people snuck in legally while they were waiting their fair chance.
Zach, as of October of 2019, the U.S. employment rate is around 4%. What will you do to decrease the overall unemployment rate of our country?
I will ensure that everyone will have the same opportunities to obtain a job, and we will create new programs and smaller companies, which would help the growth of larger corporations, and which will lead to more jobs and lower unemployment. Another idea is creating more outreach programs, which for families below a certain income, it would help support them until they can eventually support their families again.
Brady, as of October 2019, the U.S. employment rate is around 4%. What will you do to decrease the overall unemployment rate of our country?
I believe that the unemployment rate is a big factor from the high taxes in America, and they say the high taxes on small business and big business is supposed to go back to the lower class of America. But at the same time, if we lower the taxes on businesses, we can stimulate the economy, therefore creating more jobs so they can hire more people with the extra money they've gained from the lowering of taxes.
Do you agree with Zach's approach to this?
I mean, I don't really know what he said. He was kind of unclear.
Oh.
You say what you said. Sorry.
I don't really know how to say it.
I think you said it anyway. I think that my stance is the stance I would go with if I was elected. I don't know what his stance really is. I can't really tell from what he's saying. I don't really think it's his words. So I don't really know how to refute that.
Zach, do you agree or disagree with Brady's approach to this?
Agree.
What's gonna?
1 minute to kind of say one final thing, kind of close it out. That's your last question.
You want us to go to backup questions or?
No, it's fine. So we do like the final statement for a minute, and what they want to say to the voters.
Zach, would you like to go first?
That's all you know.
Okay. I believe that America is the greatest country on earth, obviously, and that under my jurisdiction and presidency, I believe that I can stimulate the economy and keep growing our beautiful America. Thank you.
Would you like to say anything, Zach?
I would like to say I can give you all free weed for life. If you vote for me.
I don't think that's how it works, but okay.